Guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. In the first 1,000, you're gonna get something from me. Don't know what it's gonna be yet, but it's gonna be something, okay? Because I want to get back to you guys. If this is not your first time here, thanks for coming back. It's good to see you again. Okay, so it's been a little bit since I've been on YouTube. It's been a few weeks now. And that's just because I've been going through a lot of personal stuff. Don't want to get into it too much. All I can say is that I'm currently going through a divorce and it sucks. And you know what? We're here, and the only thing that we can do is continue doing the best that we can. So with that, I'm not gonna talk about that anymore, but I just wanna say, for all you guys that are supporting me out there and who've jumped on this bandwagon so far, thanks. I do appreciate it. All right, so throughout this whole process here, one thing that happened was that my exhaust got broken. Not sure how it got broken, but it did. Looks to me like somebody went ahead and was holding on to the bed of my truck and then jumped on the exhaust pipe to get it to snap. It looks like they tried to do it to both exhaust pipes, but it just didn't work out. The welding was just maybe a little bit better on the one exhaust compared to the other exhaust tailpipe or whatever. But with that, I had to go ahead and order myself a catback exhaust. So the first exhaust I put on that truck, I built custom. This exhaust that I did, I just went ahead and I bought. Now the reason I went ahead and bought one was because I wanted to, one, get some exhaust pipes that were gonna be of good metal quality. And number two, we have to have an inspection here on this truck by the end of October, and it's like October 19th right now. So I don't have a lot of time left to just get this truck where it needs to be able to pass inspection. Now, is it too far off? No, but there's a few things that I had to do in order to get this thing to pass inspection. So we're gonna go through some of that right now. All right, guys, so something that's notorious for these Chevys is to have your evap sensor go off, whether it's gonna be for a gas cap, whether it's gonna be for an evap, you know, canister purge valve or solenoid or whatever. So I had to, one, go through and switch out the valve, once again, the canister purge valve. So it wasn't that hard of a test. Basically, you just got to take the cover off of the intake, and then it's just one bolt and the thing just comes right out, and you can pop another one in. When I tested it out after installing the new canister purge valve, the code went away. So I think I'm on the right track there. I think that's just what I had to do. This one actually went in a little bit more snug. I had a different part than the first one. I went with an Amazon route the first time. This time I actually got an AC Delco, whatever, from AutoZone. And it just happened to just fit a little bit better, I think, in my opinion. So, you know, with that, I went ahead and I also cleaned my throttle body, and I switched out my intake because the air intake that I had originally on there was just getting really dirty. So I wanted to get something a little bit better. Still went with the Spectra. You know, you just pick them up easy right off the shelf. And you know what? I went ahead and I cleaned this throttle body and got the new air intake. Just made sure that everything was clean going into that throttle body, just because I just started throwing codes for O2 sensors. I had a O135 and a PO141, which are both codes for O2 sensors, and I was getting this code before and after installing the new exhaust system. So before we talk about the O2 sensors, let's go ahead and show you guys what we did as far as putting this new Amazon buy $400 MBRP exhaust system on this truck, because I know there's not a lot of videos out there, and the one video that they have isn't very good as far as like showing you what the layout is of the exhaust. So I made sure that I got a lot of, like, you know, good clips to show you guys how the bends are supposed to go and how this exhaust is supposed to look like in the end. So with that, I'm gonna show you guys kind of like what I kind of went through, one of the challenges and some of the challenges I had to go through along the way. So as you can probably tell, there used to be two here. Now it's just one, because somebody went over to it, held on to here and pushed it down like that, and pushed it down. So I have a new catback coming, so we're gonna take this one out, and then we're gonna replace that real quick. All right, this is one thing I wanted to show though, underneath here. So according to a lot of the guidelines, it says you could just punch those little studs through. You know, they're like wheel studs or something. And they definitely do not punch through when you're living in the salt belt. You'll be lucky if you take those bolts off and they don't snap off when you're just trying to take them off. Or that would be your best case scenario. That would actually be lucky, because then you can have at least the bolts out. What I ended up doing is heating them up with a torch, hitting them with PB Blaster, whole can, hitting them with WD-40, more torch, and these little flange bolts were still not coming out. I rounded off one of them, so I ended up having to use a ton of bits to drill them out. And then once they were almost out, I tried hammering them through the studs. They still wouldn't go. I had to break the stud apart basically into little pieces before I could tap it through. Just saying. It's supposed to be like 15-minute job. That turned into like a 2-hour job just for that. So now that it's out of the way, I'm thinking I'm gonna clean that up a little bit there. My trusty sidekick over there says I don't need to. Yeah, where's he at? There he is. A little bit. You look like Jesus coming into the light. But yeah, so now we're gonna go ahead and try and clean that up maybe a little bit, and then we'll just get this thing bolted up. Well, I mean, I might just like piece it all together like downstairs, and then just like add the clips in as I'm talking about it. What are you doing under there?
My back is killing me.
Feels good to lay on something flat.
On the asphalt, it feels good.
Yeah. But yeah, I went through a million bits here.
Oh, dude, I see that. I was like, oh my, are you tapping? You threading some shit?
Dude, I didn't thread nothing. I was just trying to find whatever would work. Because
I just got some metal shavings in my hair.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for that, dude. There's metal all over the ground there. Don't touch the ground. Roll, dude. There's metal all over the freaking ground. I had so much metal, you know, freaking splinters in my hands, dude. It was crazy.
Yo, I got a question here.
Oh, what now?
Anyway.
Whoa, what?
Never mind.
Yeah, so it should all be good to go to put in. I can dip and come underneath now, or what? Or if it needed to be fully like turned so it's turning down under this thing. But we'll figure it out once we start putting this thing together, because there's really no picture on how to get this thing to work. But so far so good. We'll tell you what we do to orient it here in a second. Okay, so we got the flange in over there, over top. It comes down. I'll get you guys a better image of this whole thing like afterwards. But then we have pipe number 2 in. It's hooked in. You can see that, I guess, like right over here. It's hooked into our hanger. So now we just got to keep working it back. We're just keeping everything loose. We didn't bolt up anything real tight on the flange yet. We're just trying to kind of work our way down to make sure that we get everything in. Friggin' el copacetic. Alright. It looks like more in the territory it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Abe Lincoln? Thinking that universal hanger I got at Autos is a piece of shit. Oh. Watch your head, dude. Oh. Oh, you just got messed up, son. Woo-wee. Oh man. Take this up. Yeah. Alright, so you're going around that bracket. You see that? There you go. Like it has to go around this bracket back there. You know, out of the flange. And then we have to kind of like make sure that we hit this hanger and this back hanger back here. Right, I'll focus in on it. Yep, that hanger. So the hanger we had to get hooked in, and then this hanger here we had to get hooked in. Now, where we were running into an issue is we kept fighting the exhaust, right? Because this pipe can go in on this end or the other end, and we were trying to put this end in first, right, into the muffler, and it was hooking into our hanger, but obviously the pipe was over here then, so we were running into issues where like this wasn't lining up. So I flipped it around, and then
came in from the back.
Yeah, we came in. I came in from behind, and I just slid it in, and it just turned out to be a good fitment. So, you know.
Looped it up and slid it right in from the back.
Yeah, so it ended up working out. So now, you know, that's basically how it goes. You know, so from under here, I don't know if you guys can see it, if that makes it any better, but, you know, so we're in at the flange. You see that flange back there? It's gold, right? And then from there, comes over to the side, right? Comes towards like the drive shaft over here, and then making sure that you get it into that hanger first. If you're going to be putting this in, if you have more pipe after this aluminized hanger or whatever, that's what you want. You don't want to have the shorter end, right, on this side. And once you can get this hanger in, everything kind of like lined up, so now it's not sagging. So now we just got to tighten everything up, and we should be good to go. All right, so now it's at least,
See what it looks like.
it's hooked in. We just got to tighten it up. Is it gonna hit? Dude, it's gonna hit. We gotta cut a notch out, dude.
Nah, it's good.
It'll burn.
Nah, it's just the tip.
Oh, man. We could probably just yank on that.
Leave it right like that. Tighten it up. But if we get the right hanger, it won't.
Yeah.
It won't sag. It'll sag.
Yeah,
down.
it would have sagged a little bit lower. Or once those break in a little bit, it might give me a millimeter, you know, that I need.
I think that looks okay.
Yeah, I mean, is it? I think there's some daylight. Oh nah, it's barely touching.
It's touching, but it's the hanger. That's why.
Yeah.
Fire it up. Hey, that wasn't so bad.
Nah.
I mean, I've done worse.
Me too. A lot louder before, but it sounds good.
It's got a nice note.
All right, so me and Mr. Nate, hetero life partner, went ahead and we got this new exhaust together. Now I don't have a microphone on top of here, so it's not doing it justice, all right? But maybe I'll get another mic out here once we break this in a little bit, hear how it sounds. But that was a cold start. Pretty good. Also, guys, forgot to mention that I just started a coffee mug company. I'm gonna put the link down in the description. So if you like drinking coffee, hot chocolate, water, if you like drinking beverages, why don't you guys go check out one of the mugs I got. Maybe one of the mugs will feed into your fantasy. Maybe it will tap on that palate. Who knows? But go ahead and support the channel. Go get yourself a mug. It's cheap. It's cool. It's gonna do us a favor, right? So thank you guys very much. And if you do get a mug, let me know. Okay, so talking about O2 sensors, I did switch out my Bank 2 number 2 O2 sensor maybe like 2 years ago. So I'm not sure why I'm getting these other O2 sensor codes. Now I did get what the 0135 and the 0141. So I went ahead and I ordered just a couple O2 sensors. The reason why is because the O2 sensor is like, the one that I'm getting is for like a heat gate or something like that. I don't know too much about it, so I can't just like spitball it here over this camera. But what I will say is that I guess there's something that has to do with how hot it's gonna get and in a certain period of time. And if it doesn't get there, then it's showing an open circuit and yada yada yada. It's gonna throw a code. So I don't like what's happening right now, so I'm gonna switch them out. Now I was getting the 0135 code before I put the exhaust in, and then after I put the exhaust in, I was getting the P0141 code, which are both O2 sensor codes. So that's kind of what I'm running into. I'm going to be installing those O2 sensors tomorrow. So today's Thursday, like the 19th, I think tomorrow is like Friday the 20th or something like that. So I'm going to be installing those tomorrow when they come in, because I'm getting them from Rock Auto. So with that, guys, next video is going to be showing you guys how I'm putting these O2 sensors in. And if you enjoyed this video, if you got something from it, if it helped you out, subscribe to the channel. Help us out, help us get to 1,000 subscribers. And be on the lookout for all the new content that's coming out. We're gonna be doing O2 sensors. We're gonna be doing some car shows and heading to some car shows, doing some more cool stuff with Nate. And soon we're gonna be dropping that LS motor into Nate's Jag that's been in his garage for a long time. So that should be fun and that should be a cool video to do. So if you guys are into that kind of stuff, follow along. Jump on the bandwagon. We'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.